Morning, everybody. It's 10:30. I'll call a public safety meeting to order. Becky, would you do roll, please?
I sure will. Mike Copine,
Here.
Keen Hudson,
Present.
Katie White, Mike Pearson,
Present.
Kevin Lally,
Present.
Chris Robertson.
Here.
Okay, continuing on, we have no visitors, so we'll start right into the meat of the meeting. Everybody get a chance to look at last month's minutes, any corrections or changes to be made? If not, they'll stand approved as submitted. Okay, Terry, welcome. We're glad to see you. You're up.
Sorry, I didn't have a mic.
That's
Morning.
okay. Morning.
I don't really have, well, I don't know. I guess if you want to talk about cats, but other than that, we had a vaccine clinic Friday, turned out really well again. And we did start some TNR. The Brandywine subdivision was calling and kind of asking, we had quite a few complaints, I guess. So we did start some trapping out there. I believe that was 2 months ago, actually. So those figures that are there for the adults and the kittens, those are from June. So we do have some kittens now that are up for adoption. The place that we've been taking the nice kittens to, they're kind of full right now. So we're either having to wait or we're going to, get them adopted out. So some of them need to get a little bit bigger. But this has been a lot of work. But we're also, I guess, trying to help the pet population as far as these cats go. We did take also some from Green Acres Trailer Park. And we're going tomorrow to talk some more about possibly just kind of getting more information and knowledge about TNR. And see what we can do, because this is too much for my staff. So we'll see maybe what else would be out there that we could do. I don't know if y'all have any questions about that. But other than that, I really don't have anything other than we've been busy.
Are you getting any calls that are technically related to DNR, hence groundhogs, raccoons?
So coons, small animal, like if there's just like coons or something like that, we refer usually to Schultz's Wildlife, or depending on what end of the county. But usually Schultz's we'll refer to. They have permits and the proper equipment to do that. We don't mess with that. Usually when we refer DNR, we'll do like if there's a deer that's injured or something like that, we'll refer that to DNR.
So they're kind of a fill-in then for DNR?
Schultz's,
Yeah.
so to speak,
I
guess.
shouldn't use the term fill-in, but they're a go-to then if you have issues with wildlife.
For
Right.
nuisance wildlife, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if somebody's got a coon that's, doing damage, getting into somebody's attic or something like that, then we refer them.
Well, we now have a second ethnicity in Amboy known as groundhogs, and they're all over the place down there.
Oh. Yeah. I don't know who, I would say Schultz is on that one.
Okay, I'll get in touch with them. Okay.
Yep.
Anything else?
I don't think so.
Okay. Anybody have any questions? Yes.
I do. Terry, and I don't mean to put you on the spot, so don't get upset with me.
Oh.
Does your tracking internally within with what you have for software, do you track how long you keep animals, dogs and cats in our facility? Like, do we have like I know
Yes.
you do have those
It
numbers?
does track how long it's been there, yes.
Okay. It might be something for us, I mean, the committee to look at, maybe as an inclusion on your reports is that, just how long, the animals are at our facilities or systems and what that looks like. It might be something that is a good data point
Okay.
for our care and what that looks like. The other question I have for you is there's been some conversation around just in the public around Granny Rose and the potential closure of Granny Rose. What impact is that going to have on your operation?
I don't know. They have not said anything to me about definitely closing.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they're trying to not to do that,
Mhm.
if they're trying to get funds.
I mean, I would assume they'd want to keep an operation, but if they were to close, I guess is a better question.
Mhm.
What does that look like for specifically, animal population in the county?
So they take from Ogle and Whiteside. So I'm hoping that between the 3 counties, that whatever is there, we would be able to, help and take in.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess depending on what that number would be, I don't know what they have right now.
Okay. And then and this is just me, I'm just trying to understand too. Do any of the vet clinics themselves regionally assist in anything, any of those matters, and I know they typically don't. I mean, I assume they typically don't, but like, would there be opportunity to partner with them on any assistance on any of this? Like housing control, pet population, those types of things?
As far as Granny Rose goes,
Well, just in general.
Or-
I mean, if Granny Rose was to not exist, there's going to be a pretty big gap in
mhm.
that. So I'm just curious on what that might look like, or at least with your experience on that with.
So it seems like even with bite confinements, so we do have to take them if they call vet clinics to see if they can get in and house the dog.
Mhm.
We are last resort
Okay.
for that. So that will be like what you were talking about for numbers and how long. So there's more than just dogs off the street. Like I've got 2 dogs that there's a homeless owner. I have 2 bite confinements. And then the other one is the explosion from the trailer park. So she's still there.
Mhm.
And doing well, by the way. But I forgot where I was going with that. If a vet clinic does not, most of them do not have extra kennels
Mhm.
per se, especially some of the smaller clinics. So I don't know if they would be able to take any or not. I know River Ridge is a little bigger, so I don't know if they would have that offshoot of where we used to be, or if if that's full of other animals, I don't know.
Okay. It's just a thought exercise. I'm just trying to,
Mhm.
if it were to happen, is there something we need to be looking at, ourselves, or how do we partner with folks to take that extra capacity that we probably wouldn't have ourselves.
Mhm.
So anyway, I'm not sure. As I said, I didn't mean to put you on the spot, but it's just something that I have been thinking about as I've
Mhm.
just been hearing things out in the public. So
I'm hoping, because they're still calling on adoption references. So I'm hoping that, if they don't take any more in, that they're at least adopting out, and trying to lessen their burden.
yeah, okay. That's all I got. I was just wanted to pick your brain. Thought it'd be good to do it at committee.
Okay. Okay, thanks, Terry. Appreciate it. Good to
Yep.
see you here.
Yep, thanks.
Okay, Amy, Amy's not here. She was there a little while ago. I'll make it. At least I don't have the hiccups. Minutes. I went over that. Did I bypass the minutes? Well, I will back up and pick them up again then. Okay. Did anybody have anything to add to or subtract or change from last month's minutes of the meeting? If not, I'll accept them as submitted. Stand approved as submitted. Sorry about that. Maybe my mic wasn't on. Okay, nothing from the judges or anything. Seth, would you like to share your report with us?
I don't have much either. Just some operational updates. The command trailer was deployed to Petunia Fest, and wanted to thank Kevin for the assistance. We were having some Wi-Fi issues and continue to have some Wi-Fi issues, and Kevin was a great help in getting those online as well as they could be. And then end of next week, we'll be at the Lee County Fair with the trailer again. And then just one thing on the horizon, we're gonna explore the possibility of adding a generator switch, for lack of a better term, just outside the courthouse to power the EOC, just in case there were an issue. I know a whole building generator is probably years away at best, if it would ever come to fruition. But we have, a good supply, so to speak, of generators that could power the EOC if necessary. So we're gonna just look in with the maintenance department and see the possibility of that, and if it looks like a feasible solution, maybe get a cost and go from there.
When you say switched, the generator's gonna be switched from,
We have generators on trailers that
Right.
could be deployed to the EOC, because it's currently not 100% backed up with the generator on
Okay.
site. And to, an entire generator, and a generator to power the entire building is not in the cards for the immediate future. But we have the assets out at the airport that could at least run the EOC if needed.
we do have something that can sustain it if we need it then for a temporary period of time?
You mean
Generator,
the trailer generator, yes.
yeah, okay,
Yes.
okay. Okay, anything else?
Nope.
What's Mother Nature doing other than cooking everybody well done?
Yeah, it had some excitement for Petunia Fest again. But
We haven't had any heat-related scenarios that you're
not to
aware
my
of?
knowledge. I wasn't aware of any
Good,
overheats at the Petunia Fest.
okay, anybody have any questions for Seth? Okay, thank you, Seth, appreciate it. Okay. Nobody from the Health Department, okay, Stacy, you're up.
Good morning.
Good morning.
If you remember last year, I think I spoke about the probation department partnering with the garden plots that are just south of the old courthouse here. We're doing that again with our public service workers. So we've got a couple of garden plots just to the south that we have some vegetables and produce growing in. So we've been reaping some of the harvest already, and that is being brought down to the food pantry and different places throughout town that we can donate that to. Something nice that we can do for the community. And we're continuing to move forward with Tyler. Things are still going well with that. We are looking at maybe adding about another 250 to 300 cases into that system that we're dealing with. And if we do that, then that will put our entire amount of cases into that system. But everything seems to be going really well with that.
Okay, good.
Any questions?
Anybody have any questions? Okay, thanks, Stacy. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
No hiccups today. Okay, Sheriff, would you like to share half as much as you've already got on the docket for reports?
Other than the report, I just got a couple things. I just had a meeting this morning with Dixon Police Department Administration. They were very appreciative of our efforts and assistance over the Petunia Festival. Very complimentary of Director Jansen as well as Corporal Kyle Kellen as far as their knowledge and assistance in dealing with the rough weather, the turbulent weather that came through, and they had to cancel one Friday night, Saturday night, I believe. So they were very, very appreciative of
Good.
us. Other than that, I don't have anything else unless anybody has any questions.
Okay, thanks, Sheriff. Appreciate it. Mr. Boonstra, State's Attorney's Office.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I feel like I'm a little bit of a broken record following Stacy, but again, Tyler continues to be one of our major developments in the office. We continue to do so in the data implementation and transferring. Right now, this week, between 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. each day, we'll be involved with the switch over to the case management system of Tyler, working through that process. I think we'll probably be doing this until February of 2027. Not that particular thing, but the Tyler process itself. I have an intern in the office that is sitting for the July bar exam. Hopefully everything goes well there and we're all pulling for her. But other than that, not too much to report. Still trucking on with felony cases and prosecuting the fine folks that the sheriff brings over to my office. And I gave the update for the quarterly collections report last month. My financial compliance officer is out of the office right now, so I don't have those numbers for you for this month.
Okay. I have a question regarding one of the many new laws that have, if it hasn't already, this e-bike stuff. How is that going to affect your office as far as handling of the onslaught of that if and when it does hit?
New and exciting charges I'm sure the sheriff and Dixon Police Department and Amboy will be able to deliver to me. Yeah.
Amboy is the mentor of the group, I think. Now, I don't know, maybe Dixon is too. I just about got hit by a bicycle that ran a stop sign coming when I was coming up to the meeting here about a month ago. Amboy is unbelievable.
And those e-bikes, those e-scooters, they really truck along. So it's good that they're taking care of it and through legislation and trying to protect the children that are going on these devices. But yeah, it's going to be new for us.
So you're geared for the onslaught if and when it hits?
Oh, of course. Yeah. It's going to be
Good to
great.
hear. Right. Anybody have any questions for Charlie? Okay, thank you, Charlie.
Thanks, sir.
Appreciate it. Okay, abandoned property focus group. Mr. Jeremy.
Abandoned nuisance properties focus group did meet last week. We really went over a handful of kind of our ongoing properties, specifically our larger ones like Lee Center School and Eldina Infirmary, and trying to propose plans with that. As we discussed in previous committee meetings as well as focus group meetings, my intention will be to come to this committee in the near future with a funding proposal to bring to the board for board action request to get some additional funding to take these buildings down and to continue to move along in that process so then we could get them into developable sites. That's the next steps there. We did discuss some ongoing residential properties that we're continuing to look at and engage and also figure out a process for those. Along those lines, we had a pretty deep conversation on compliance and the inner workings of the multiple departments on those issues, specifically between the building and zoning office and the health department. Right now, building and zoning has completed their build out for their iWork systems, which is our internal software for permitting and compliance tracking. We are going to work with the health department on getting them set up as well in iWork for their compliance. So it's all integrated into one. So it's going to be better, more efficient tracking and workflows between our offices on those issues. We will also continue to discuss with the health department building out a permitting platform as well in the system. So all good things, progress, and of course a lot of this takes time, but our goal is to get some of the outstanding properties that we have on our list cleaned up, so we could actually engage in green space development on that and move forward. If you have any
Okay.
questions, let me know.
Okay, anything else?
No, sir.
All right, appreciate it. Anybody have any questions on the abandoned buildings? This new iWorks program that they're using in zoning right now has the connectability, like Jeremy just stated, to allow the health department to be able to see practically everything that's being done out of zoning, whether it's zoning or changes in zoning, building permits, the whole bit. It's a pretty good program. And I think it's working out real good so far for the zoning office. Now the health department, Jeremy's going to have them set up. They're going to be able to correspond back and forth between the two locations and know exactly who's dealing with what and whose responsibility it could fall under. So I think it's a great program. I'm glad that we have it.
Yeah, and you know, on that, we definitely have the opportunity for more departments to come on board on our system as we build this out with other opportunities. I mean, even Terry, I mean, this is something that I'll probably talk to you about at some point. I'm sure you have your own internal software and tracking, but there's opportunity, you know, for more departments to come on. Highway, you know, it's not necessarily involved with the nuisance side of things, but we have the ability to build out modules on the system and work a little bit better on our softwares and efficiencies within the county. So.
Okay, moving on. Mr. Hudson, Northwest Illinois Criminal Justice Commission.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Northwestern Illinois Criminal Justice Commission Mobile Training Unit Number 1 met on June 18th, and board members discussed information about mandatory and the training and scheduling of planned classes for the training of law enforcement agencies. Is that my report?
Okay, any questions for Mr. Hudson? Okay, thank you, Keene.
You're welcome,
Appreciate it. Having nothing under unfinished business, nothing for new business. Charlie, nothing for executive, correct?
Nothing that I'm aware of, no.
Okay. Hey, there's nothing else. Do I hear a motion for adjournment? So moved by Chris, seconded by Kevin. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye.